Yeah.
I don't have a question. I want to talk about two of my favorite quotes and something I remember when I was a kid watching maybe a cartoon show where the witches were around their cauldron and they were putting in their magic stuff and stirring it up, and then it like turned into the thing that they'd created. And
A sort of conjuring.
yeah, I like your metaphors a lot. I love the one about being in a kitchen with every ingredient possible and being able to make whatever you want. And if you're making apple pie, you don't have to put anything in there except what goes in an apple pie. And if, the paprika or the hot sauce gets in there, it's because you said, get that out of the kitchen. And that put it in.
Just don't put it in your pie.
By giving it attention, yeah. And
that is how it gets in there, is it?
Yeah. That metaphor of putting the stuff in the cauldron, I was like thrilled when I saw that. And so as I've played with your stuff over the years, Seth's stuff, Lazara's stuff, Louise Hay, I played with different practices, but there's two quotes of yours that I really, really love. And when I first heard them, it blew me away. And it's about earning. And one of them is, it is not possible to earn anything. It is all vibrational. And when I heard that, it just stopped me in my tracks like, wait, aren't we all trying to earn? And with our action. And then the other one is, if you ask for the manifestation before offering the vibration, you're asking the impossible. But if you're willing to offer the vibration before the manifestation, all things are possible.
Now we want to take that further. Life has already caused you to offer the rocket of desire. You've already offered the vibration of it. And law of attraction has already gathered the cooperative components in the cauldron of your vibrational reality.
Yeah.
In other
that was
words,
the other quote. All cooperative components have been assembled.
The cooperative components.
That's crazy.
Have been assembled. So now your work is to get into the receptive mode so that you can be the translator of the vibrational frequency into the good timing and into the action and into the joyous life experience, into that sweet spot.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I want to share a story that's really fun to share about specifically doing that. I've always loved kind of the science of it and then the playfulness of it. And so I wanted a new person in my life. So I found a picture of a guy I found attractive that I could look at the picture and feel the feelings I wanted. It was easy. So you know how you say, I know you know how you say, get into the vortex and then. And I use your breathing meditation to do that. I use the beginning of the Sedona method, just like a 10-minute recording that just drops every bit of resistance. And then before I think of anything else, I go and do my focusing. And I do it every day. And Seth had a point of power exercise that if you do it every day for 5 or 10 minutes and you get in the vortex and you focus on what you want, you'll start getting the feeling of it. And then you feel like you already have it. And then it'll happen. And it won't be such an amazing thing, but you'll really love it because you already were experiencing it before it actually showed up. So I did that. I found a picture of somebody that it was very easy to look at the picture. And I think what I practiced was, a wonderful guy is coming into my life. And I did that, and after about a week or so, it started feeling like I already had it. And I felt really good. And so I was sort of radiating that. And then I'm walking down the street one day, and I feel this sort of cushion of air come up behind me. And somebody comes around the corner and says, hey, you want to have dinner with me? And it was the guy in the picture. And and I wasn't even surprised it was him. I said, oh, it's the guy in the picture. I wasn't trying to meet him. I was using his energy, just the ease of focusing with him. And I wasn't even surprised. I thought, well, I have been focusing on you purely and using, like, okay, yeah, let's go to dinner. This is before I even met you, so I made a mess of it at dinner, but I knew how to focus, and I love doing that stuff. That's just all I wanted to share. And I think it's the earning. Like, I did it with money, too. And I think my saying was, good feeling sources of money are starting to come into my life. And they did. And then a really nice source of money came into my life that I had no clue about.
Here's the way that we would absorb the conversation that you've just heard. And here's the predominant thing that we want to say about everything that you've just said. When life causes you to create this vibrational reality, and it does, and the vibrational reality is received by you because you've been meditating, because you've been appreciating, because you are not doing that thing you do that causes you to resist it, but instead you are doing those things you do that cause you to allow it. Then ideas come to you. And as those ideas come to you, like these ideas that came to you, and you run with those ideas, you find yourself in increasingly powerful places where you can experience your own hands in the clay kind of creating. It's where this conversation started today, about what real conscious allowing and creation really is. So if you are in that place where you are feeling it, like you described, where you are feeling it, then the more specific you become with your mind, then the faster it moves along, and really the more fun that it is. But if you are in a place of doubt and you're applying specifics to it while you're in a place of doubt, then you increase the resistance rather than increase your movement toward what you are wanting. So the things that are important to understand: we enjoyed your response to the specifics of what he accomplished, but we want you to not be surprised about those things. It really is child's play for you to get every single thing that you want. That's the way it is supposed to work. It is not supposed to be shocking to you when someone sets forth an intention, focuses upon it, is aware of how he is feeling, makes sure that he is feeling good, focuses himself into a place of feeling good, and then the universe delivers him to the place where what he wants is, and there is a rendezvous, a timing, and an awareness. That's how it works, you see. And so let this not surprise you or shock you. Let it be something that you're practicing all day, every day. If you find yourself feeling uncomfortable about something, give it a rest. If you find yourself feeling excited about something, give it more attention. It's just a really general and comfortable rule of thumb. And this conjuring that he is talking about, we have avoided using the word conjure, even though it is a word that comes to Esther's mind often as we are presenting thoughts of influence or thoughts of law of attraction. It is a conjuring. How do thoughts turn to things? How is it that something comes from a thought? Well, it comes from a consistent thought. And it comes from a consistent thought that is in concert with this powerful universal law. You are the creator of your own reality, and the energy that creates worlds flows to you and through you. And there is nothing that you cannot be or do or have. You have only to decide it. But that's the point that we really want to make with you. You have done so much sifting and therefore so much deciding. There is so much that is already being asked for by you. But often you do not allow yourself the realization even of what you're asking for, because you're not tending to your emotions, and so you're holding yourself apart from even receiving the clear idea of what you want. Once an idea occurs to you of something that you want, you are so far along the way in the creation of it that we could call it a slam dunk. Just watch for it. Someone should come around the corner right away and say to you, hey, I'm what you've been looking for. Once the idea comes to you. So we want to ask you, is there anything that you know that you want? Has the idea of the specifics of something wanted come into your mind? Do you know how much has come before you got to there? Know how much of the journey you've already traveled before it came to that receiving mode? Do you know how much you explored and how much you contemplated and how much decision making you did and how much you put into the vortex? And do you know how many non-physical energies have been aware of what you wanted and have been standing in that cooperative vibration in order to allow the building, the conjuring of your vortex? Do you know how ready it is for you to be ready for it? And do you know that when the idea came to you, that means you were ready for it, that you are ready for it? And so it's time to goose up that expectation. Once the ideas come, that's why we begin every gathering by saying, are you knowing what you are wanting? Because once the idea of what you want has appeared to you, has manifested to you in your mind, then the components to bring it about are all around you all the time. And if it's not coming about, it's for one simple reason. You've got contradictory thoughts about your own desire. You desire it and doubt it. You desire it and notice the manifestation hasn't happened. You desire it and can't see it. You desire it and are wondering where it is. You desire it and you're jealous that that person's got it and you don't. You desire it. It's a shortage consciousness that's based upon what's already manifested. And once you leave behind that shortage consciousness and instead you focus upon the vibrational reality that has manifested to you in the form of emotion, that's what we were going for with that last conversation that we had with you, then you are home free. We're making this all more complicated than it needs to be. Go have some fun. There is great love here for you. And for now, we are complete.